shocked. Why, if Finn's little baby could even eat Una's rock-hard bread without breaking all his teeth, what was going on?
So tell me, how does Finn McCool become so strong? Well, you see, Finn likes to build up his strength by squeezing water out of rocks. Squeezing water out of rocks. Oh yes, don't you do that in Scotland? No. Well, that explains it. You might want to try that sometime. In fact, you could start with the practice rocks in the corner. They're a lot easier for the first try.
He picked up one of the rocks and squeezed. Try as he might, he couldn't get a single drop of water out of it.
How odd. You see, even Finn's little tiny baby can easily squeeze water from the practice rocks. Watch this.
And she crossed over to the hearth and picked up the lumpy gray ball and brought it over to Finn, who was still lying in the cradle. He took the lump of butter in his hand and squeezed. Instantly, it began to drip to the floor. Benedonner was shocked.
This is the strength of the little baby. How strong must the father be? I'm going back to Scotland.
And with that, he took off back across the bridge, tearing it apart as he went, so that Finn and Una would never follow him home to Scotland. And to this day, you can still see what is left of that bridge, the Giant's Causeway in County Ulster, Northern Ireland. And as for Finn and his wife Una, they lived happily ever after.
Group. Thank you for joining us in that story. That was fun.
Okay, so we're going to do another little thing here. We have these drums with us, the Bowrons, and we'll do a little something with them. Double bowrons. Hooray!
And it was fun with the bowrons.
Yeah, I need to get one of those sometime. Oh well. Okay, so we have time for one more song, and then we'll move over and do our main stage set, which I think is at 4:45.
Yeah. Yes.
So we'll be over there. So we're going to end with a brand new set of tunes. As I mentioned, we're in the studio at the moment. We're about to record our last song next week. But yay! It still half exists, so we're working on it at the moment. Hopefully it'll be ready in time to record it. It will be. But this one is a new set of 3 tunes that Willow wrote over here. Willow writes a bunch of tunes. And the names of all of these come from a place where we live on the West Coast. We live in Seattle, Washington, which is on the rainy side of the mountains. But there's a big mountain range right near the coast. And on the other side of the mountains, it's as dry as a desert. So a lot of people think of Washington State and they think of the Seattle part, which is very rainy and very wet all the time. But there's the dry side of the mountains, which is very deserty and very Wild West. And there's a little western town there that we like to go to vacation to, but also we'll play concerts over there, and we've also filmed a lot of videos over there, music videos. So Willow wanted to write 3 tunes for this area. And it's called Mazama Mornings, because the place is called Mazama. And actually, because it's Mazama Mornings, it's named after types of coffee.
They produce really good brands of coffee over there. So each of the tunes is named after a different brand of coffee. So this tune was inspired partially halfway by coffee.
Mostly by coffee. Yes.
We'll see how fast it gets.
Okay. Go.